Dear students, in continuation to the last discussion, vector integral theorems, let us discuss one more problem on Stokes theorem. The problem is vector A is given I cap yz plus j cap xz plus k cap xy, so that line integration A dot dl is equal to 0. You have to verify A dot dl is equal to line integration A dot dl 0. And another bit, A is irrotational vector. In the same problem, you have to show also A is a irrotational vector. So to find the solution, you know the Stokes theorem. Using Stokes theorem, so you apply Stokes theorem. So Stokes theorem, line integral to surface integral. So it is your line integral you change to surface integral. Okay, and this is equal to 0. You have to prove 0. How it is 0? So as per the formula, curl A you find first, curl A. So what is curl A? You have to find in determinant method. So in determinant method, you see curl A is you write in determinant I cap, j cap, k cap, del by del x, del by del y, del by del z, then yz, xz, xy. So when you take the determinant method, so you see first if I take I cap, then if I take the derivative, here it is x, here minus x, so 0. So in all these three you get 0 value. So 0 plus 0 plus 0, result is 0. So if the curl is 0, if curl is 0, then the integration also 0. So it is the proof. First one is over. Then the second one, you have to show A is irrotational vector. So irrotational vector, if curl A is 0, as per the value here, curl A is 0, then A is irrotational vector. Already we have discussed this irrotational vector case. Then we discuss about the second portion of the your unit 3. Second portion is your Maxwell's equations. So we completed vector calculus part. In my earlier video, divided into three categories or three parts of unit 3: vector calculus, Maxwell's equations, and Eulert-and Wave and equations, pointing theorem. So already we discussed the vector calculus part. Next part is your Maxwell's equations. So second part of this unit 3 is your Maxwell's equations. And Maxwell's equations derived from 4 laws. Already in my last video I explained that Maxwell's equations derived from 4 laws: Gauss law, electrostatic, Gauss law in magnetostatics, Faraday's law of electron induction, Ampere-Maxwell law. So 4 laws are there. Then Maxwell's equations can be expressed in 2 ways: in differential form and in integral form. So differential form, the first equation is your it is coming from your Gauss law in electrostatic. The divergence of electric field is equal to rho by epsilon. What is rho? Rho is the charge density. So rho is the charge density. where rho is the charge density. Charge density means it is, you can say, charge per volume. Charge per volume. Okay. So divergence of is rho by epsilon naught, or also you can write that is divergence of D is equal to rho. Divergence of E is equal to rho by epsilon naught, or you can say divergence of D is equal to rho, where D is the electric displacement vector and D is equal to epsilon naught E. D is equal to epsilon naught E, where epsilon naught is the electric permittivity of free space or vacuum. Free space or vacuum, and its value is 8.854 10 to the minus 12 coulomb square Newton inverse meter to the minus 2. So it is the epsilon naught value. Okay, and if you take any medium, then you change epsilon to epsilon. If you take any medium, so just change epsilon naught to epsilon, and the same mathematical expression, only the change is epsilon naught. So in place of epsilon naught, you write epsilon in the formula, in the above formula. Okay, and unit of D, unit of electric displacement vector is a coulomb meter to the minus 2. Coulomb meter to the minus 2. So in all this equation, you can take two cases, in free space and in medium. So medium you change to epsilon, and in free space epsilon naught. So if you generalize this person, so free space vacuum, you take epsilon naught mu naught. If there is a mu case is there, so write mu naught free space and vacuum. But in any medium, you take epsilon mu. This is the change. Vacuum and medium case, these are the changes. Then come to the second equation. Second equation is divergence of B is equal to 0. Divergence of magnetic field is 0. Which means that magnetic monopole does not exist in nature. There may be a question, which law of Maxwell's equation gives that magnetic monopole does not exist in nature? That is the Maxwell's second equation, that divergence of B is equal to 0. Okay, then third law, third equation, Faraday's law. Faraday's law is a curl of E is equal to minus del by del T. What is the objective of this Faraday's law? Objective is magnetic field produces electric current. Then come to fourth law. Fourth equation comes from Ampere-Maxwell law. Earlier it was Ampere's law only, then Ampere's law modified by Maxwell, then that law is called Ampere-Maxwell law. From the Ampere-Maxwell law, fourth equation derived. And the derivation already we have discussed in our class hour during our theory classes in the month of February and March. We have discussed all this derivation explanation. Only we discuss about the formula, mathematical formula, mathematical expression only. Okay, so it is your Ampere-Maxwell law. Curl B is equal to mu 0 J plus mu 0 epsilon 0 del E by del T. So what is the objective of this equation? Electric current produces magnetic field. Electric current produces magnetic field. This is the objective of the fourth equation, Maxwell's fourth equation. So it is in free space, because free space already I told you mu 0 epsilon 0. So if there is mu 0 epsilon 0, it is a free space case. If you think about medium, any medium, then you change mu 0 to mu and epsilon 0 to epsilon. If you think about the medium, but in free space this is mu naught epsilon naught. And if you explain B in terms of H, it is magnetic induction, it is magnetic field intensity. then the expression, the formula changes to curl H is equal to J plus del D by del T. Okay, D is the electric displacement vector. Already I told you T is equal to epsilon naught E. Epsilon naught E is the D, and mu zero if you take to left side, so B by mu naught is equal to H magnetic field intensity, and this magnetic field intensity unit is ampere per meter. Ampere per meter is the unit of H. Okay, so if you transfer H as B by mu naught, then the expression becomes curl H is equal to J plus del by del T. So it is the Maxwell's fourth equation. So these are all differential form. Similarly, you can explain in terms of integral form. So it is the integral form. So it is the integral form. Integral form, first one, electric flux with the surface integration with the volume integration. Okay, so first equation integral form, second equation it is magnetic flux, it is third, it is fourth. So all are the integral form. First equation, second equation, third equation, fourth equation. These are the integral form of Maxwell's equation. And another equation that is in your unit 3, that is called equation of continuity. Equation of continuity, it gives the information about the conservation of charge, and the mathematical expression is divergence of J means current density is equal plus del rho by del T. Rho is the charge density, so J is the current density, rho is the charge density. Divergence of J plus del rho by del T is equal to 0. So this gives the conservation of charge. Already we have explained in our theory class. So all the integral form and the differential form we have discussed in our theory class in the month of February and March. Not necessary to explain details, only the mathematical part of the Maxwell's equations. So again I am repeating. If you think about free space vacuum, then you take the symbol epsilon naught mu naught. Epsilon naught is the electric permittivity of free space, mu naught is the magnetic permeability of the free space. If you take any medium, then the symbol changes to epsilon and mu. And you know the value of epsilon naught 8.854 10 to minus 12 coulombs per Newton inverse meter minus 2, and mu naught value already it is mentioned here 4 pi into 10 to minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. So it is the mu naught value, it is the epsilon naught value. Then come to one problem of first equation. One problem of first equation. Obtain electric field at a distance r from the charge q using Gauss law. This problem already we have discussed in our class hour. Only recalled for you. So it is the integral form, surface integration E dot ds. So E and ds in the same direction. So it is E ds cos 0. Okay. Then it is E ds cos 0 is 1. So this surface ds is your 4 pi r square. So it is 4 pi r square. This ds integration 4 pi r square E. 4 pi r square E as per the Gauss law it is q by epsilon, means 1 by epsilon net charge enclosed by the surface q by epsilon. So then E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q by r square. So this is one problem of Gauss law. That means the Maxwell's first equation. Then I will explain another problem based upon Ampere's law. One problem based upon your Ampere's law. Find the magnetic field B at a distance from an infinite long conductor carrying a current I. So a conductor is there. It is a long conductor and you have to find out it is R distance, it is a conductor carrying current I, and suppose at P point you have to find out the expression of magnetic field. At P point you have to find expression of the magnetic field. It is a long straight conductor. Okay. So as per the law, line integration B dot dl is equal to B and dl taking in the same direction, B dl cos 0. So dl integration is dl is what? Dl is the elementary part of the conductor. dl is the elementary length of the conductor. So dl integration, line integration is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r means what? You have to take, it is your I, so it is your C. Okay, so again I am repeating the figure. The figure is you have to find out the magnetic field at point P. So taking the point P, you take a loop, closed loop, and in the closed loop you take dl here. You take dl in the loop. So dl in the loop, dl is the so what is the integration of the total curve, total loop? It is 2 pi r. So dl is 2 pi r. So dl is the length in the loop, not in the conductor. dl is the length of the loop that covers the point P. So 2 pi r B is equal to mu naught I. I is the current in the conductor. Okay. So first you taking the point P, you take a loop enclosing the conductor, and dl is the elementary length of the loop. Okay. And dl is the total is the circumference of the loop, that is 2 pi r. 2 pi r is into B is equal to mu 0 I as per the formula. So B is equal to mu 0 I by 2 pi r. If you change B as H, then mu naught you take here B by mu naught is H. H is equal to I by 2 pi r. So it is the expression of magnetic field. Then come to problem 4. It is based upon your displacement current. The electric field between two parallel plates of area 1 centimeter square. And the electric field changes at the rate of 1.2 10 to the 8 volt per meter per second. Calculate displacement current. So as per the formula of displacement current, IT is equal to epsilon A del V by del T. So epsilon is the permeability of the free space. It is the formula, it is the value 8.854 10 to the minus 12. Area given 1 centimeter square. If you convert into meter square, it is 10 to the minus 4 meter square. 10 to the minus 4 meter square. And the rate of change of your electric field is given 1.28. If I put the value here and calculate the total, it will be 10.56 into 10 to the 8 ampere. So it is the displacement current. Okay. So two problems. One is Ampere's second law, another is displacement current. Okay, it is all about your Maxwell's equations. Four equations are there. Gauss law of electricity, Gauss law in magnetostatic, Faraday's law of induction, Maxwell Ampere law, and the related problems we have discussed. And more you have to write the difference between displacement current and conduction current. Already we have discussed in our class. You can check your note. In the last month I given the note of difference between displacement and conduction current. That is also an important question for the semester examination. Compare between displacement current and conduction current, which is in the fourth equation, Maxwell's fourth equation. While you get the Maxwell's fourth equation, you have to find a displacement current whose expression is displacement current expression is this one, IT. Okay, so it is the the displacement current is introduced by Maxwell and which modified the Ampere's law, that is Ampere Maxwell law. Okay, so in this lecture we have completed the all Maxwell's equations, 4 equations. So in my next video I will explain about the electromagnetic wave. So be prepared about this. These are used in your next discussion. Okay, be ready for next discussion.